Welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar channel, your trusted source for the biggest stories and breaking developments in the dinar investment world. I'm glad you joined us today, because what we're about to cover has the potential to shift expectations and stir up real excitement for everyone watching the revaluation story closely. The atmosphere around the Iraqi dinar right now feels different, and investors are more alert than ever, as Prime Minister Sudani faces a critical moment in his leadership. This week, well-known commentator MarkZ dropped a statement that has set the community on fire. He suggested that this could be the month the long-awaited RV finally happens. According to him, Sudani has only a limited window left, and that pressure could push him to deliver on this promise before time runs out. The weight of those words has people in chat rooms, forums, and groups buzzing with questions about whether the door is truly opening. If you've followed the Iraqi dinar for any length of time, you know the journey has been filled with speculation, high hopes, and repeated delays. Each new rumor sparks analysis, and every comment from an insider gets dissected for clues. But MarkZ's statement is hitting harder than usual because it lines up with a very real political clock. Sudani knows his reputation depends on delivering results, and the RV could become his defining move. MarkZ didn't hedge his words either. He said with confidence that he believes Sudani will not leave office without making this change happen. He phrased it simply, Sudani will finish the RV before he goes. Hearing that level of certainty from someone the community follows closely has raised optimism to a new level. Investors are now calculating what even a modest revaluation would mean for their portfolios if October becomes the breakthrough month. The excitement isn't just about money though. It's about timing, momentum, and the sense that this might finally be different. For years investors have been told to wait, to be patient, to ignore the noise. But when someone like MarkZ links the RV to Sudani's political survival, it gives the theory a sharper edge. The Prime Minister knows his leadership is under scrutiny, and he needs to produce results that matter. Critics, of course, are quick to remind everyone that nothing is real until it's official. We've seen deadlines pass, promises fade, and politics interfere more times than anyone can count. And yet the feeling now is that the pressure on Sudani could force a decisive move. The RV wouldn't just satisfy investors, it would prove to Iraq and the global stage that the government is serious about reform. There's also a geopolitical element at play. A stronger dinar, backed by reforms, would signal Iraq's readiness to attract international capital and integrate more deeply with global markets. For years foreign investors have been hesitant because of instability. An RV could change that narrative instantly, making Iraq a hotspot for opportunity. That's why this discussion carries weight beyond just the dinar community. MarkZ insists his confidence comes not only from speculation but also from conversations and signals he believes are happening behind closed doors. He shared that October feels unlike previous months, describing a buildup of momentum that can't be ignored. Whether you agree with him or not, there's no denying his words have injected fresh energy into the discussion. Investors are cautious, of course, because they've been burned before. Hopes have risen and fallen so many times. But this moment feels charged because of the political stakes. Sudani doesn't have the luxury of waiting. Every day without results weakens his standing, and the RV would be a bold, decisive move that could cement his legacy. That's why people are playing out different scenarios. What if Sudani pushes it through in the coming weeks? What if he leaves, but the next leader finalizes it quickly? Both possibilities are now being debated, and both suggest we're closer to a conclusion than we've ever been. Investors are watching every headline, every meeting, and every official statement for confirmation. MarkZ himself admitted he feels genuine excitement about this period, and that feeling is contagious. Across social media and investment groups, the tone has shifted from cautious skepticism to cautious optimism. People who have waited for years are now daring to believe again, at least enough to pay closer attention. So where does this leave you as an investor? If you're holding dinar or considering a position, now is the time to stay sharp. Don't get lost in hype, but don't ignore the signals either. The possibility of a breakthrough this month is real enough to watch carefully. Keep your eyes on official announcements, because until Iraq makes a formal declaration, all of this remains speculation. But let's not downplay the energy here. MarkZ has added fuel to the fire with his confident statements. Sudani is running out of time, and momentum feels stronger than it has in months. Whether or not the RV is confirmed in October, this moment has re-energized the entire conversation. The community is more focused, more engaged, and more determined than before. This could prove to be a historic turning point. Even if the final announcement doesn't land this month, the build-up itself is moving Iraq toward decisive action. Every conversation, every report, every rumor is sharpening the spotlight on Sudani and the reforms his government must deliver. The world is watching, and so are we. That's why you should stick with the Iraqi Dinar channel for continuous updates as this story develops. We'll be tracking every lead, breaking down every comment, and keeping you ahead of the curve with fresh insights. This is one of those moments where days could make the difference, and we'll be here to bring you the latest as soon as it happens. Stay tuned, stay ready, and stay informed. Because if MarkZ is right, and if Sudani truly sees this as his final chance, then the month of October could be remembered as the turning point in the Dinar's long and unpredictable journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next update, right here on the Iraqi Dinar channel.